Good afternoon. What is a mild, bright and sunny day? It is Thursday the 29th of June. I've got a nice hot cup of tea and a parcel to continue unboxing. What here is a copy of Operation S.A.N.T.A. S.A.N.T.A, the Strategic Annihilation of a Nefarious Tentacled Alien. This is by C.M. Lowry, published by Beyond Cataclysm Books, and is compatible with both Troika and Mörk Borg, and it is a festive roleplay adventure. So, the North Pole is not a great place to be. There are rivers of nuclear waste, insurrectionist penguins, and gangs of irate polar bears. It also turns out that Santa is a terrifying alien monster who is exactly 0% jolly. Sounds like my kind of Santa, if you're asking. So, welcome to the North Pole. Cast away your pathetic childish fantasies. This is no winter wonderland. There are no toys here, no candy, no songs about tinsel and joy. This is a harsh, bleak wasteland of chemical spills, century-long elfish serfdom, an utterly absent home. This is a land where the bells don't jingle, they toll. Abandon, ho, ho, hope. So, there have over the years been sort of like plenty of kind of adventures for Dungeons and Dragons style play, which involves Santa Claus, often turning Santa Claus into the villain, often having to rescue him from some force invading Santa Land, or his grotto, and along those lines, the adventures for Dungeons and Dragons and for Dungeon Crawl Classics, and any number of different old school Renaissance retro clans. But this is one for both Mörk Borg and Troika. Mörk Borg is the Scandinavian doom punk pre-apocalyptic role-playing game, whereas Troika is can be seen as the arcane descendant of fighting fantasy in a thoroughly, utterly weird universe. We open up with what the scenario is about, and that is essentially that it is a festive roleplay scenario, and essentially where Santa is a horrible tentacled alien, and so on. It does have content warning, because this is not a normal Christmas story. It is both silly and horrible, and it's entirely intended to be tongue-in-cheek. And the foundation of Operation S.A.N.T.A is a thought experiment that asks, what would be the worst possible replacement for Father Christmas? And this scenario essentially presents that. We have a history of the North Pole. And honestly, this is probably more history of the North Pole than the North Pole necessarily has, because it's miles from anywhere, very cold, inhospitable, and nobody wants to go there. Well, I mean, most people don't want to go there. And then we have about the North Pole, and it's not even set at the North Pole. It's it's hundreds of miles away. And there are new features of grave concern which have come about because of the alien invasion of the North Pole, by the being that is essentially sort of pretending to be Santa. And then we get into some of the dangers and factions. We have the elves, and also nuclear waste. You think, essentially, when do you think of nuclear waste? A certain comedic stereotype probably comes to mind. You think of barrels of gloopy, fluorescent liquid with hazard warnings printed on the side and inexplicably easy to remove the lids. That's how because that's exactly the case here. So the question is, why is so much dangerous material stored there? And we all know the dangers of storing radioactive waste. And then, of course, then we also have penguins. And this is how far they're going to break the whole North Pole trope by having penguins there. So, you know, its excuses the alien it transported them. And then essentially we have a discussion of who or what the penguins are, the politics, the waddles, which is the collective noun for a penguin, who the various waddles are. Similarly, treatment of polar bear, but it's a bit shorter actually, quite short. And here are some details about Santa. So those are the rumours about Santa, and then flip a coin. Will it be naughty or nice, or have you been naughty or nice? You'll be punished if nice, and you'll be punished if you're naughty. So, and of course, why are you there? Various reasons. I'll speak. Working for the RSPCA. At Amazon, Best Buy, Argos, Walmart, and so on. Unemployed, the lovely ice cream company. Definitely not a cover for something else. And other reasons. So numerous reasons to get involved in this scenario. And then we have an illustrated map of the area known as the North Pole, basically a hex crawl. Not really amounting to very much, you know. Got a polar bear compound and a nuclear refinery and some cloning tanks. It's a fantastic combination. And then it goes into basically a page per location. So polar bear compound, alphanage, nuclear refinery, cataclysm zone, and these are really nicely sort of kind of themed. I like the way, you know, every page is different. So you've got sort of like different field map if necessary. Monsters added at the bottom. Nuclear refinery with the warning signs. Medicalisation, a zone complete with chair, ready for experimentation or procedure to be carried out. Old haunted chapel. So they've got the little plan of the chapel in there. Cloning tanks and D8 things you would find in a tank. Power plant, because hey, and just stripped up the top of them, Santa's grotto. Then we have the monster manual, including penguins, including penguins and tools, and a table of how bad they are. And you can see here we've got the stats for Troika and then for Mörk Borg. And the same thing for polar bears, but without the tool stats, of course, because polar bears don't need tools. Elves, whatever exactly they are, including different types of elves. So we've got mutated elves, bioengineered elves, rock elves, again complete with stats for both role-playing games. EE troopers, which are the elite elf troops, and their stats. And then the Örtmästare, which is the not Santa but the evil tentacled monster at the heart of the whole story. And then another faction called the Disso, who just basically, who are they? I wonder who they are. Talents and traits, Disso plot hooks, so we've got a bit of extra content there as well. And then we have a discussion of essentially aftermath, James notes, and a bit of a blurb and details of C.M. Lowry. So that is Operation S.A.N.T.A, the Strategic Annihilation of a Nefarious Tentacled Alien by Cataclysm books, or Beyond the Cataclysm books. Anyway, hope you've enjoyed this unboxing of the Nook. If you have, then please do click on the like button down below. And of course, if you've got any comments or feedback, I do appreciate you taking the time to post those. And lastly, if you want to be alerted to get more unboxings of the Nook, where you'll see me out here with a box containing a book or game, which I will unbox and chat about to the best extent of my knowledge for roughly 10 minutes or so, all of course accompanied by a nice hot cup of tea. Then please do click on the subscribe button down below. Thanks again for watching another unboxing of the Nook. I'll be back again soon with another one. Bye for now.